However, the statement was talked about a couple of hours ago, and it was retracted by Al Arabiya, I guess. And that is inevitable. I think he has to go somehow and somewhere if the country is to move forward and the country is to go back to its normal life. Now, we have seen that his stubborn attitude by staying and refusing to listen to the protesters and to the demands of his people has left the country in a state of limbo. In one side, the economy is beginning to show signs of distress. The civil disobedience movement is spreading all across the country. You have seen today many unions and professional associations and others joining the protest. Even low-wage laborers in different factories, traditionally known as governmental or public companies that were sold to the private sector. All of those people are joining now the protesters, and the momentum that has been created in response to the speech by the president last night and his vice president again, and the statement by the communique that was released by the military today, the people are saying no to all of this. And the fact that the momentum is picking up and the protest is growing, and the movement is showing a very civilized behavior, a very decent level of organization, is a statement about how the Egyptian people can behave under these difficult circumstances. And they have, I think, impressed all of us by the amount of rationality in their behavior and the fact that they insisted on a peaceful manner of their demonstrations. And I think also one other important, whether that would lead to a confrontation if the military does not step into the process and makes the significant decisive choices that they have to make. Whether that would lead to a confrontation, I really doubt, because it will not start from the protesters. They have so far made very clear statements, and they, by action and word, that they will not go down the road of violence. And they have even confronted the regime thugs who have been sent around to terrorize them on the bloody Wednesday. So in general, if the president leaves and if these news are confirmed that he has left Cairo, he will do a favor. Now it is the ball is in the military's court, and I think they have to do it the right way, and they have to intervene. And their intervention will be a marker in the history of the region, not only the Arab world, but also beyond the Arab world. Now, this peaceful demonstration, this peaceful revolution is coming out from deeply felt grievances, economic grievances, political grievances, political repression. All these together, they represent, if we manage to change, or if they manage to change the course of history of Egypt, then that is a marker in the history of the region.
How much, though, has the balance of power shifted away from President Mubarak and the Vice President to the military itself?
I think the balance of power is now in a different format altogether. Now the power lies with the people, while the force lies with the military. And the president has neither. He already yesterday, when he gave up his power, when he sent the amendments, the 6 articles of the Constitution to the House of Representatives, this is the only thing that an acting president cannot do or a deputy cannot do. So he did it himself. And he gave other powers to the vice president. So effectively now he is a leader without power. Now, what is important here, that the vice president did not manage to command the legitimacy that he can rule as an acting president or an alternative president in a time of a crisis, because of the statements he made a few days ago about democracy, that he doesn't believe in democracy. That's to the effect, his statement was to that effect, and also that the Egyptian people or the culture is not ready for that. And I think this is a very Orientalist, prejudiced view of your own population.
The Vice President, highly controversial figure. He's also made those controversial remarks. The more this goes on, will the people who were willing to accept Omar Suleiman as an interim president, will they now change their minds? Will they see him as too closely aligned?